Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We are on chapter 6.5. We're going to graph square roots and cube root functions. In this video, I'm just going to do the graph square root functions, and then I'll make another short video of doing the cube root functions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. So, y equals the square root of x. We're going to call that the parent function because we're going to compare all of the square root functions to that. So let's go ahead and go to our calculator, go to your y equals screen, and let's go ahead and type in the square root of x. All right, now we can go ahead and look at the graph of this, and we see, oh, it looks like it starts at the origin and then continues to the right. So it looks like the x values are increasing and the y values are increasing. Okay, but I'm going to get a little bit more detailed here, folks. I'm going to go to the table. Aha! All right, so looking at the table, ladies and gentlemen, I see that 0, 0 is the first ordered pair that works. Because remember, you cannot take the square root of a negative. So that's an imaginary number, but we're not going to be graphing that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put 0, 0, 1, 1, 4, 2, and I bet the next one is 9, 3. All right, folks, so I'm going to go ahead and put these in. So 0, 0, 1, 1, then the next one was 4, 2, and then the next one is 9, 3. Skip all the decimals. Skip all the decimals. All right, so let's go ahead and plot this, folks. So 0, 0, 1, 1, over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2, and then over 9, up 3. Voila. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and connect those, and I'm going to put an arrow only on that end because 0, 0 is an endpoint, folks. Okay, now the domain. Remember, the domain are the x values, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so the domain in this situation is x. Okay, now notice that the domain starts with 0 and gets larger. So I'm going to put x is greater than or equal to 0. That means all the numbers from 0 on up work. That's our domain. Okay, the range, well, the range, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at it, the range starts at 0 and gets larger also. So, and the range, remember, is the y value. So y is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, pretty straightforward. All right, let's move on. So again, this is our parent function. All right, next one. So this time we're putting a 2 in the front of it. All right, so we've got 2 square roots of x. Well, let's go ahead and see what happens here. All right, so I'm going to put a 2 in front and then the square root of x. All right, so here's what the graph looks like. Okay. Doesn't look like it changed a whole lot, but it did. It did. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the table. Let's see what's going on here. So if we look, we still have 0, 0, but then the next one is 1, 2. And then the next one is 4, 4, and then let's go to the 9, 9, 6. Okay, I'm going to write those down. So we've got 0, 0. We've got 1, 2. Then the next one was 4, 4. And then the next one was 9, 6. All right, I'm going to go ahead and graph those. So we still started at 0, 0. Over 1, up 2, over 4, up 4, and over 9, up 6. There we go. Okay, so it doesn't look like the domain has changed yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and put those in. So again, the domain, folks, is our x value. So x is greater than or equal to 0. And the range, that doesn't look like it's changed. Y is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, but the graph did change. Okay, if we look at the original, there's the original. And here's the new one. So how did multiplying by 2 change it, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, well, okay, if you can see me in the corner, got my little rubber band here, folks. That is a vertical stretch, okay? So multiplying by 2, it is stretching it. So it is a vertical stretch. Okay, it got pulled up. It got stretched up. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, 1/2 square roots of x. All right, so let's go ahead, go back here, and let's make that 1/2 square roots of x. And let's go to the table, and let's go back up. All right, so let's see here. So we've got 0, 0. Now you'll notice, ladies and gentlemen, 1 is now matched up with a 1/2. 4 is matched up with a 1. 9 is matched up with a 1 1/2. Now, before I go any further, if you're using an old calculator, if you're using an older graphing calculator, handheld one, you will actually need to put parentheses around the fraction. Okay, if you're using a newer one like this, you don't need to. So just FYI on that. All right, so let me go ahead and fill in this table, folks. So again, 0 matched up with 0. 1 matched up with a 1/2. 4 matched up with a 1, and then the 9 matched up with 1 1/2. All right, I'm going to go ahead and graph that. So, whoops, 0, 0. Sorry about that, folks. That's 0, 0. So 0, 0, over 1 up a 1/2, over 4 up 1, and over 9 up 1 1/2. All right. Well, the domain has not changed yet, folks. It's still x is greater than or equal to 0 because x is getting larger. And the range has not changed yet. The y values start at 0 and get larger. Okay, that will change eventually here. Now, what did this one do? Okay, well, imagine taking any type of ball, basketball, football, soccer ball, taking any type of ball that does not quite have all of the air in it and stepping on it. Okay, that is a vertical compression. It's getting squished down, ladies and gentlemen, vertical compression. Okay, let's keep going here. All right, how about if we stick a negative in front? Ooh, I bet that's going to affect a thing or two here. So let's go ahead and let's put a negative in front. Negative square roots of x. Remember, you have the power of pause and rewind if you need to pause, folks. I know I'm going fairly quickly, so make sure you use that pause button. All right, I'm going to go ahead and look at the graph. Aha, I knew that negative would greatly affect it. Let's go to the table. All right, let's go back to 0, 0. Okay, 0, 0. Okay, now notice 1 is partnered with -1, 4 is with -2, and if we scroll down, 9 will be with -3. Look at that. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and fill in my table for the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my 0, 0. And then 1, -1. And then 4, -2, and then the 9, -3. All right, I'm going to go ahead and graph those. So it still started at 0, 0, over 1, down 1, over 4, down 2, over 9, down 3. So the domain did not change, did it? The x values, if you look, the x values are still getting larger. So x is greater than or equal to 0. However, if you look at the y values, they're getting smaller. So that means the range is now y is less than or equal to 0. Okay, they're getting smaller. And what did this one do, ladies and gentlemen? How did this one change? Okay, well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a reflection over the x-axis. Okay, it's a reflection over the x-axis. All right, couple more slides here. Let's keep going. Next one. Ooh, okay. Now notice that there is a +4 inside with the x. Okay, it's really important to make note of that detail. All right, so when I type this in, folks, I'm going to go the square root of x. Now I can just keep typing +4. Notice how the square root keeps going along with it. Now, if you have an older calculator, okay, you will need to use parentheses on yours, okay? You're going to need to use parentheses on yours if you're using an old calculator. Okay, however, that's not necessary with this newer one, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and look at the graph. Oh, it moved. Ah, I think the word for that is it translated, didn't it? It translated to the left. We'll put that up in a moment here. So let's go ahead and look at the table really quick. So let's go to the table. And okay, now we got to scroll. Let's see here. I'm going to go to the error message. Aha, there's the error message. So that means this one goes -4, 0, -3, 1, 0, 2, and then I think the other one is 5, 3. Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put those numbers on my table, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so again, it was -4, 0, -3, 1, 0, 2, 5, 3. All right, now I'm going to graph that. Left 4, up 0. Left 3, up 1. Over 0, up 2. Over 5, up 3. All right, now that's what it looks like. Okay, now as far as the domain goes, ladies and gentlemen, look at where it starts. Sorry about that. It starts at -4 and then gets bigger. Oh, I get too close to the edge and then it does that. Sorry, folks. There it does it again. Okay, so x is greater than or equal to -4. The range value, though, starts at 0 and gets bigger. So y is greater than or equal to 0. So this time the domain value changed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, what did this one do? Okay, well, this one translated left 4 units. Okay, it translated left 4 units. Look at that carefully. Notice, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be important. Notice that that is a plus sign. Notice how this is a plus sign, but it translated left 4 units. Okay? All right, just a couple more here. All right, so this one we've got x -5. All right, so let's go ahead and put that in. I'm just going to retype over. I'm just going to go x -5. Again, notice how that square root is above all of that. All right, here's the graph. Aha. Okay, let's look at the table. Ooh, lots of error messages here. So let's go down. Looks like the first one that is not an error is the 5, 0. So 5, 0, 6, 1, 9, 2. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put those in my table. So what did we have again? We had 5, 0. Whoops. 5, 0. 6192. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 6192. Boom. Okay, domain, well, you'll notice this one starts at 5, ladies and gentlemen, and gets bigger. And the range starts at 0 and gets bigger. Okay, well, what did this one do? Well, this one translated right 5 units. Okay, translated right 5 units. Now I want you to notice, ladies and gentlemen, that inside it's a minus sign, but it translated to the right 5 units. All right, I think I've got one more slide, folks. All right, for square roots, and then I'll make another video here. All right, notice, ladies and gentlemen, this one has the plus sign on the outside of the square root. Okay, so when we type this one in, we're going to go the square root of x. Okay, everyone, listen carefully. You have to now hit your right arrow key to get out from underneath the square root, then plus 3. Okay, notice how that square root is no longer above the plus 3. Okay, again, you had to hit your right arrow key. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the graph. Okay. Now let's look at the table. All right, so 0, 3, 1, 4, 4, 5. All right, let's go ahead and put those in. 0, 3, 1, 4, 4, 5. And let's see if any others fit. Let's go down to the 9 and see what's going on there. Yep, 9, 6 will still fit. 9, 6. Okay, so 0, 3 starts right here. And then over 1 up 4, over 4 up 5, over 9 up 6. Okay, there's the graph of that one, ladies and gentlemen. So the domain on this one, it starts at 0 and gets bigger. So the domain is x is greater than or equal to 0. But now the range changed, everybody. Notice it starts at 3. So the range starts at 3 and gets bigger. So y is greater than or equal to 3. And what did this one do, ladies and gentlemen? Well, this one translated up 3 units. Okay, this one translated up 3 units. Okay, the plus 3 at the end translated it up. And then obviously this one, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I'm not going to graph this one, but you notice there's a minus 4 there. So this one's going to translate down 4 units. Okay, the domain, okay, well, think about what's happening here. The domain, here's the last one. The domain went 0, 1, 4, 9. Okay, same thing here. But the domain, ladies and gentlemen, is going to start with 0 and get bigger. Whoops. I'm trying to rush and then I'm making silly mistakes. So x is greater than or equal to 0. And the range is going to start at -4 and get bigger because all it did was translate down. If you need to use your calculator, look at the calculator. So this is going to be greater than or equal to -4. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop this video here. I'm going to make another one with the cubic root functions. So see you soon.